The thinking is Maddie was the target, which I guess begs the question, why Maddie? How did that ever come about? And she works in a local restaurant called the Mad Greek, which offered vegan options. Kohberger had turned into quite a health nut, I suppose. He had been very overweight, he had heroin issues in his youth, but he'd got fit, he started boxing, he ate healthily, and he was seeking out vegan options. So the thinking is, and certainly Maddie's friends believe this, he went into that restaurant, he saw Maddie, maybe he interacted with her, maybe he asked her out, maybe she turned him down. It's unlikely, given what we know about Kohberger, that he would have had a chance with her. But the thinking is that that solidified into an obsession and an anger. He's been described as an incel. He certainly had issues with women, with female students, who actually complained about him being patronising and expressing the view that they had no business being on the course, that sort of thing. So the theory is that Maddie Mogan was the target of Bryan Kohberger, and tragically, all the other victims were collateral damage. I think there's a lot that stands up about that theory. Certainly, having been at that house and seeing what a goldfish bowl it was, like her room in particular, there was a lot of talk initially about, how did the killer move through the house so quickly? He must have been in there before, he must have known the layout. But it's not a complicated layout. And having seen where her room was in association with the door that he went in, he just slipped in that door, went up the stairs, and he would know exactly where it was. The rest of it, I think, is where it started to unravel, because Zana was standing in a doorway, awake and interrupting possibly his exit. Kaylee, obviously, he hadn't expected to be there. And Ethan, I think, was the victim of some male rage as well, and jealousy on his part. And because he stabbed him in the neck, but he also stabbed him in the buttocks, which is sort of an act of anger and humiliation, I think. I believe that theory. I do think there's something to it.